Hello, Andrew. Thanks for joining me today for a very brief discussion about innovation masterminds. Appreciate your feedback and input. That being one of the first pioneers to come into the program, your feedback is going to be very useful. Andrew Martin is an associate professor with the Department of Mechanical Engineering at the University of Alberta. He's a founder of the technology that's termed as Breathe Easy Nasal Cannula. So Dr. Martin, together with a student, Cole Christensen, are now developing this new nasal cannula device that can be incorporated into existing portable oxygen generators, or otherwise termed POCs. So the new cannula will provide several advantages to parties, including efficient, portable, and reliable exposure to oxygen while in low activity times, for example, sleeping. So Innovation Masterminds is a program designed to help advance early stage innovation from post-secondary institutes and help innovators move over that valley of death, which typically prevents innovation in academic environments from advancing. And we help advance them right from really the mind of an innovator right to market. So Andrew is one of the first ventures to come into the group. So Andrew, just tell me a little bit overall about your experience coming into Innovation Masterminds. Was it what you thought it would be when you came into the program?
Yeah, thanks for the introduction, Chris. So it's been a great experience so far for both me and for Cole, my sort of partner in this venture. In terms of what we expected, I think in part we didn't know fully what to expect in such a program as this, but we've been very pleasantly surprised so far with the level of interaction and engagement we've had with both the Brass Dome team as well as the founders and mentors that we've been connected with through the program so far. So really, I would say I was describing this to Cole the other day that we're really in a way going back to square one. And I guess an unexpected benefit to me was we're really having discussions about why we're developing the technologies that we're developing as much as what the technology is. So we get really fixated in academia around other technical experts on how the device works and when will it work, when will it not work. And we haven't, I now realize, considered why are we developing the device? Are we developing the right device for the patients and for the market, where we can actually hopefully come to market and make a difference in people's lives?
That's awesome. The program is really designed around the idea that if you want to help early innovators, you need the help of those people who have been there, done that. So our Innovation Masterminds Council of Founders are proven business leaders that have been successful, have generated revenue, have employed people that have been through the trenches. And the whole program is designed about receiving the mentorship of those Council of Founders. In addition, Brass Dome Ventures, the creator of the program, in collaboration with the University of Alberta, has a lot of business experience. So really the Brass Dome team helps vet. We have a Brass Dome lead that works with the innovator and helps you navigate that minefield of the business jump. So tell me a little bit about your interaction with the Brass Dome mentor and the Brass Dome team. How has that worked for you?
Yeah, sure. So our mentor is Sami Salama, and he's been incredibly helpful. And you know, it really didn't take long to feel like Sami was a member of our team. So that's been really appreciated on our side, is how supportive he has been of what we're trying to do and what we're trying to accomplish. But also, I really get the sense that he's, you know, like as you said, Chris, he's been there, he's done that. He sees and understands the obstacles that we have as academics, and he's really pushing to help us rather than sort of, you know, expose where we're weak or where we don't have the tools. He's really helping us find solutions to that. So in that context, he's been incredibly helpful so far.
So you mentioned about your student, that you're working with a student to help advance your innovation. The Innovation Masterminds is really committed to student engagement and bringing in students from different disciplines to help move early innovation. And normally you're coming with a scientific expertise, but you're lacking the business help. So would you see that being a useful fit? I know you have a science student working with you, How would you view the relevance of bringing in a business student to help offset the expertise that you have under the guidance of the founders providing direction? Would you find that integration of with the business school being quite useful to help move your innovation?
Yeah, absolutely. And so that's kind of the direction that our project has taken lately is we're pairing up with a recent MBA grad, a business student who is going to help us really answer some of those, what I was calling big picture or sort of the why questions of um, where is the correct market access? What type of device do the patients will the patients really pay for, or will home healthcare providers or insurers pay for? And how do we access that market? And so thinking beyond just what's the ideal technology, but how do you package that and deliver that into such a way or a means that people can actually can buy and use in their lives.
Right, makes sense. Now, in creating this program. I myself, I always describe myself as a businessman in a world of science, and so I find typically when you're looking at innovation coming out of academic environments, post-secondary institutes, there seems to be a tendency to take that technology and then squeeze it into a business path where that you want the technology to go. And as a business person, we look at it from the back end, where you look at the business opportunities and you look at the how big and small those opportunities are, and then you try to leverage that unique technology towards the business aspect. So it's kind of a different way of thinking, and to be successful, you need to blend. So with that approach, has IMYEG successfully captured the integration of the big picture business, trying to work from the end result back to the beginning, as opposed to the academic approach was the science result squeezed into a smaller business picture, if that makes sense?
No, it makes absolute sense. And I mean, you've really hit the nail on the head with sort of one of the, call it an aha moments, or one of the points where I was really kind of struck by the differences in our academic thinking and the thinking that was being described to me from our founders who have business experience. And it's really just that opposite approach where, as a scientist, as an academic, I'm pushing to see what can I do that's new from a science or technology perspective. And some of that's driven by, I want to apply for grants where I get funding for a new idea, or I need to publish in new innovative areas within my field. Um, so really, it is driven by what's the new science, what's the new technology, and we all write our papers or our grant applications starting with a little paragraph, a blurb, if you will, about what the ultimate end product is someday going to look like. But it's not thought out in a way that will really hold up to rigorous critique as a business strategy. And so that's what I was calling starting from square one earlier, was really this mindset that no, let's take as a starting point consideration of the market, the different business factors, and then drive down to what opportunity exists for a product to be developed. And then, of course, go and find the technologies and the innovation that allows that product to be developed as efficiently as possible. So it really is a different mindset, and it's new in large part to me as an academic, or have been an academic now for several years. So it's that juxtaposition. I think IMEG has been very successful in the short time I've been involved with the program at making that distinction very clear to me. And I guess time will tell in our particular project how successful we are at adapting from the academic mindset to a product development mindset.
Fair enough. Very well stated. And how do you feel about that? How do you feel about that transition?
Well, for me, it's very exciting. I'm a scientist and an engineer who always been very applied, right? So I have experience in industry as well as in academia. So the question that got me into engineering in the first place is, how on earth do good ideas somehow end up as products that are sold on the market and that people buy and use in their lives? And it's such a massive question, right? So the technical innovation is part of it for sure, and we can't skip over, of course, the science and the strong technical development. But there's so many other factors, of course, in determining which product ultimately finds a path to the market.
Yeah. Well, the Council of Founders is a very impressive group of, we're building it up to 45 founders, and these, under very strict criteria, the founders have been selected, and they are successful business people. And from an outsider looking in, very, very intimidating. We have key opinion leaders across many industries, highly proven, highly successful, have employed thousands of people. And for an academic or a post-secondary innovator coming into the program, extremely intimidating. So tell me what your impression was coming in and what your experience has been now that you've been in, and what experience you could give others that are maybe a little bit intimidated by the IMEG Council of Founders.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it certainly can be intimidating because it's an impressive list of people that you've assembled on as your founders. And of course, because of their significant experience, I've had the experience where the founders can ask a question or two that kind of sees right through you. They see the holes in your plans, right? But that's part of it. I mean, the feedback we've had has always been very encouraging, and I've been struck by how invested the Brass Dome team first, but then also the founders themselves, how invested they are in giving up their time and trying to develop new technologies, new companies, new products right here in Alberta. And our founders have given up a lot of their time to spend with me and with Cole and
Absolutely.
our project team to give us very good, candid advice. And so why on earth wouldn't we take advantage of that? It's free for us to benefit from all that experience.
Absolutely. So what would you tell others? What would you tell others about the program? Would you recommend the program to other people?
Yeah, I would definitely recommend the program. I would tell others to make sure that they themselves have the time to invest in it. I mean, it hasn't been an onerous amount of time, but people have to really realize this is not, 1.5 hour meeting and then we check off a few boxes and leave the program. This is a real program where we want real development and benefits coming out of it. So as long as academics and innovators are willing to invest their own time, I think there's tremendous opportunity to get feedback from the founders.
What are you hoping to get out of the program? What would you consider? What would you check off as an enormous success for yourself and your technology by the end of the program?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I guess in on the one hand, the quick answer is to say I want resources to keep going in the development of this nasal pillows product or nasal cannula product that we really think is a simple solution that could really help a lot of patients and be used with existing oxygen delivery devices. Now, so what are the resources we need? Is it money? Is it investment? That's part of it. But going again back to the planning and the consideration of what actual technology we need to develop and why. So that whole sort of, we could call it, I guess, a business development plan or a technology development plan is really already coming together and something that I find really valuable. And as an academic, that can feed into all kinds of funding opportunities for me. It can feed into grants, of course, but it can feed into pitches to partner organizations, to companies, potentially to licensees, to all kinds of potential partners who will help us both with the finances, but also with the expertise to get where we're trying to go.
Yeah, so the program is designed as a pre-accelerator to jump the valley of death, but the expertise in the program, really, there's the expertise within the program to take something from scratch right through to market, to actually finding a space, renting space, running a business. Our Council of Founders have all been there, done that. So the program is really designed to be a feeder into the ecosystem. And so there's a pretty wide range of opportunities that come from an innovator that has an idea, doesn't know what to do with it, right up to renting a space and hiring employees, and how do you go about recruiting, and right down to the tail end. So the program was designed to support all post-secondaries. It was designed specifically with the problems the University of Alberta has faced historically. pilot the program, move some innovations, and then open it up to the other PSIs within Edmonton initially. But already IMYEG is getting attention from other cities to bring innovation masterminds to other cities. Do you feel, from coming into the program now and your experience, do you think there's something in the program to offer other post-secondaries, not only University of Alberta, but and not only other universities, but within Edmonton, you have other post-secondary institutes, which is NAIT and MacEwan and Concordia, Northwest, anywhere there is potential innovation. Do you think that there's opportunity for those innovators to come to innovation masterminds?
Oh, certainly. Yeah. I mean, I would think that they could benefit just as much as we have at University of Alberta from the same program or a similar program tailored to their unique needs at those different institutions. I think really any institution that has academics, innovators developing new ideas and new technologies could use a program like this to really help us get to sort of the next level of making those ideas come to reality.
Okay, session number 2 is coming up in 2 days. Are you nervous about it? Are you excited about it?
I'd say excited is a better word than nervous. No, we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to, I guess, in part showing off how far we've come and what we've been working on. But then also, it's another chance to get broader feedback from a broader pool of experts.
And that's exactly the intent. Is as you go through sessions, you advance your innovation, and then we position it with the founders' discussion. And then your needs change as your innovation advances, and we tap into other founders, other expertise as the time calls. So very much looking forward to you coming into session 2. We're excited about the progress you guys have made. And as you mentioned earlier, it's only been a very, very short period of time, and we're already seeing some big wins out of all the innovations that have come into the program. So thank you for being a part. Do you have any final remarks that you'd like to make about the program or to others, and any final words on overall on innovation masterminds?
Yeah, nothing significant other than to say thank you to you, Chris, and to your team for helping to develop the program. Again, I see it as really addressing an unmet need in our university, and that's not glossing over all the hard work that's been done, in our tech transfer services offices and other groups. But there's a limited bandwidth that people have in those positions, and to have external expertise being brought in and working together with our technology transfer groups and our academics is extremely helpful, and I'm sure we'll benefit from it.
All right, thank you for the very kind words, Andrew. It's a pleasure working with you, and look forward to Thursday.
Great, me too.